I'm excited to be here, you guys. Thanks for allowing me to come in with Impact Society. And how many of you in the room have done the Heroes program? A handful of you, eh? What did you think of it? What can you tell the other folks in the room? What's kind of the basis of it? What can you tell them? People are deep. Are we all the same depth? No. We're all different, right? So, you know, it's interesting to me because what I think is the neatest thing about life, and I think that one of the greatest things Heroes teaches us is I could line up all 20 of my teammates from Vancouver, and all of us have a different journey to the same endpoint. You know, there's some that made it at age 15 and were never cut. There's some that tried out 3 or 4 or 5 times and always got cut. There's some that made it, then didn't make it, then made it, then didn't make it. Everyone faced different challenges, but at the end of the day, there we are on the ice as one cohesive group, which I think is pretty cool. You know, and that's what I think it's all about. There's always 3 selection camps, and then they name a world championship team. So I was heading into the final selection camp. Actually thought I played pretty well this time. And how many of you are uber self-critical? Because I am. You know, I went out on the ice my entire career thinking I should play a perfect game. How realistic is that? What are the odds of, not at all, it's impossible. I could fall in warm-up and boom, there's my perfect game out the window. We make mistakes, that's what it's all about. But I always had this thought that I should be perfect out there, which is really hard. So the self-criticism for me was a big challenge. But I went to this final camp, thought I played okay, thought I'd given myself a chance to make this national team. Get the phone call from the coach. Carla, we cut you. Didn't make the team. You know why they told me I didn't make the team? You know what one of the reasons was, and kind of the biggest reason? I was too small. How would that sit with you? How would you do with that sort of feedback? What's wrong with that feedback, in your opinion? What makes that feedback really challenging for me? Yeah. Right. How do I fix being too small? I've tried, yeah. Put lifts in my skates, eh? Make myself a little bit taller. No, I was really angry at that because I was like, you know what, that's something I can't control. So then I wasn't okay with that being the reason. So I said, fine, I'll prove to you I can make this team. So I used it as motivation. Probably about 3 times I said to my folks, I want to quit. This isn't worth it to me. And then, of course, cooler heads prevail, and you let the smoke clear and you realize, okay, no, I can do this. I'm okay, I'm strong enough. Often we have these walls that come up around us, don't we? And I think the easiest out is blame. Instead of taking ownership of the situation, saying, choosing, I want to do something about it. I'm going to control it. I'll show my medals to people. And they'll say, well, what are they worth? Meaning how much gold or silver is in them. I was like, well, let me tell you what they're worth. I started playing this game at 4, had a dream at 12. You know, it's worth a lifetime. There's no monetary value. You know, and that's the thing. It's about proving, truthfully, it's about proving to yourself that you can do it. You know, I think it's, looking back at my age there, it's just keep enjoying. You know, don't stress about it so much. Just get through it. Do things that you love. Everyone's asking me, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do for a career? Well, I have no idea, really. But what I can tell you is I'm going to do something I love, because for 24 years, that's exactly what I was doing. And why would I stop now? Right? So find what it is you love and just stick with it. So it's just trying to remember that. There's always a bigger picture. So when things seem really overwhelming, take a breath, have your cry, and remember, okay, it's going to get better. You know, and I think that's maybe, looking back at that age, that's what I remind myself.